Ian, we can actually see through this one.
Yeah, the last time we checked, there was a big old pile of dirt.
Yeah, it was just a pile. You were right, though. You said that dirt wasn't going to be there for a while or for long. So this looks like the Millennium Falcon.
Yep.
Or that whole area, really.
Yeah, and there's the peak
and that's the peak that
up.
we were just talking about, the high point, the topping off, right
the
there.
Steel that all the cast members got to sign went in.
And Ian's name is somewhere on that piece of steel.
Somewhere up there, because a friend put my name on there.
What a lucky guy. Can you see anything?
I mean,
of note?
I see there's a lot of steel.
A lot of steel, man.
But you got a kind of a sense of what the mountain will be like on top of it, just from the shape of all the steel work.
Yep. Well, thank you, Disney, for not blocking this one off, even though as I say that, you're probably getting the screen ready.
They're like, whoops, we forgot that one.
How do you forget? The best shot we got, Ian, is over all the way past it. You can see they have the wall on the side facing this is pretty well done.
Pretty high up there.
Those are the warts that you're seeing, and then the white part is the front of the building. So we're hardly ever going to be looking back in this direction, though, right? So that's not much of an imposition. Plus, that's still going to be mountain.
Yeah.
What is that?
The shape on the left?
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems.
It's an odd shape.
Yeah.
That's not a wart. That's something else.
Something else.
What is that? It looks oblong.
Yeah, it's odd. We may have to look at it from the structure right there.
Do you think we'll be able to see it?
I hope so.
Guys, what is that? Definitely separate from the main structure, isn't it?
Maybe, I can't tell.
Fresh Bake, welcome back to our Star Wars Land update. We are back again after not being here last week, or for a couple Wednesdays either. Ian, did you miss doing the show last week?
It was nice to have a little break.
Oh, okay.
Most just maybe something will happen by taking a week off, you
That's
know?
what we were saying. I wonder if it's going to look just like it did when we left.
And
not a lot. No, not a lot to talk about. We didn't miss much this past week. Now, Ian, yesterday, because this is Sunday.
Yes.
Yesterday, when we were down at Frontierland, looking through the fence.
You know, it's a weird.
Oh, no. That's right. No, it wasn't when we were looking through the fence. It was when
we were on the Twain heading back
on the
towards
Mark Twain. Yes, and we saw an odd-shaped structure being constructed. We could tell spatial dimensions notwithstanding. It was hard to tell where that thing was.
Yeah.
But I think that's this thing right here.
Yeah.
Right there in the center of your frame. It's like, what's the word I want to use? It's for the shape it is. What's the geometric shape?
Prism?
Prism-like is a good word, yes. Prism-shaped. Although we can't really tell from this angle, but from the other angle, that's the way it looked. It was triangular, but multiple triangulars. Oh my God, I just said that out loud. Okay, I'm curious. It's not part of the structure so much as it's in front of it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it may very well be attached, but it's something that's extruding from the basic square shape. Is the
Do you think that's still rock work, though, right?
It's all still scenery at that point.
Yeah, right. It's not like functional.
Yeah, whether it's rock work or forced perspective buildings, I don't know.
Yeah.
At that point, that's stuff that's still, for looks.
Okay. But I just thought it was interesting. It was an oddly shaped thing, so it must have some sort of unique design to it, or a unique look to it.
Something happened since the last time we were here.
What happened?
I mean, we mentioned it yesterday when we were down below, but that big giant piece of steel to top out the Falcon.
Oh yeah. Well, when we get down, you can actually see. Oh my gosh, you can see it from here now.
It stands out pretty tall.
You couldn't see that before. I mean, it wasn't so obvious, at least.
Well, yeah, because they hadn't installed it last time we were up there.
Well, I mean, just the structure in general. They didn't put all that up there, did they? Since the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's a big, just a big piece. I'm sure it's made that they raised up and put in place over the last 2 weeks.
It's amazing how high that is getting. Or
well,
how high that
is
got.
When it's topped out. There's a flag and like a little potted tree up there.
There's a potted tree? Is it a forest tree? Ian, is it a forest tree?
Probably not.
Dang it. Because you heard we're getting a forest tree. Have you heard?
Yeah, some weird looking thing on the island.
Yeah. I want a forest tree. Did you read the comic where they talked about the forestry?
I mean, you know, where it showed up briefly in the last issue.
It was in.
It was in the Shattered Empire.
Shattered Empire. Yeah.
It was just a 4-issue miniseries kind of talking about, hey, here's a couple things that happened right after Return of the Jedi.
What is a forestry? Yeah.
No good clue. They haven't really touched on it since.
Oh, okay. So we don't know what it is?
No, not really.
All
Just
right.
it's some sort of force imbued plant that the Empire had 2 of them in a research center. Luke took one, and Poe's mom took the other.
And they put the third one on top of the.
Yeah,
Structure right
the
here.
secret third one. That was actually
secret third one,
evil
yeah.
twin. The all.
There's always a secret one. What's the rule of government contracting, Ian?
Why buy one, you can get 2 for twice the price?
That's right. That means there's another forestry out there. There's a fourth one.
No, there's always only 2. No
And
more, no less.
That's Sith. That's Sith.
Oh, sorry.
Well, maybe that's a Sith tree.
Oh, you never know.
Oh crap!
know.
There's a Sith tree on top of the building.
Confirmed.
Oh, confirmed.
Don't do that.
Book it. Hashtag Sith tree. Okay. It does look like also they're making a lot of progress on the roof line here of Battle Escape or Alcatraz, whichever you prefer. I want to say they built a fence. You can see kind of like where it's fortified along this edge, and they're getting ready. There's a lot of upward construction still going on the roof of the building. So I wonder, that's just fall protection type stuff, right? I mean,
I'd assume so,
there's no purpose for that other than
but
you don't want to have
I mean, we don't know exactly what the works are for either. So
That's true.
it could actually be for a purpose, but
Well, is it abnormal to have like an infinity edge? You know, like where you just fall off the edge of the,
well, I
of the
wouldn't
building
expect
like
that. It seems pretty beefy for a fall protection.
That's true. You're right. It's more than just fall protection,
Fall
isn't it?
protection generally isn't quite that intense.
That's true. Okay, construction knights. What is the function of this rail that they appear to be, you know, in the progress of putting all the way around the building?
For
This
now,
stuff just
yeah,
isn't
and in
as
the
far
meantime,
along.
there's just netting along the rest.
A lot of netting there. A lot of netting. Is that netting on the ground as well? I can't tell. There's a like a discoloration.
Kind of like a rusty color. But that may just be whatever seems like. I don't know. Maybe that is permanent sealing, but temporary. That first layer of sealing.
Maybe, yeah. And then there's a lot of, you know, what do you call it? I don't know what you call those things. They're just sticking up out of the ground there.
Yeah, there's just.
Well, not ground, but of the floor.
Yeah, I mean, of course, there's just a bunch of them. There's no sense of shape from this
No,
perspective.
no.
Oh, maybe from above they make a smiley face.
Oh my God. Or the what do you call it? The
First
rebel.
order insignia.
Yeah, the insignia. Yeah, there you go. All right, and then back this way, lots and lots of steel going up where the tape dispensers were,
Yes.
or are still, I guess. There's so much stuff up there. Goodness. Slide to the right, Ian. They put in another. Oh, they put a tape dispenser on top of that deal too. Also,
Yeah, they did.
They put one of those up there. The footings. We haven't seen any progress in the footings.
You need a lot of duct tape for a project of this size. You know?
That's true. The duct tape is pretty. It's pretty useful.
And it really is.
It's useful stuff. Yeah, but no progress on those footings. All right, so there's that. And they have made some progress down here on this other jacuzzi. Look at this. Are those footings also next to it?
Possibly.
Those tall.
They look like they could be.
It could be, because you see the same kind of metalwork sticking out.
Yeah, a little bit of metal sticking out of each one.
All right. And there's another one right there too, and a bucket.
You gotta have a bucket.
What's in the bucket?
What's in the bucket?
Way to go, Ian. You went there. And then inside Battle Escape, inside the hangar, we're all pretty much in agreement that that's a hangar.
Yeah.
Still. But we can't see anything in there, man. I wish we could just for a moment be able to make out. Ian, in there somewhere is an AT-AT.
Yeah.
Inside that building is
Two
an
of
AT-AT. Two of them?
Remember there were 2.
Are they sick?
Maybe.
Well, I guess they are by nature, aren't
Here's
they?
an interesting question. So I don't know if you know. This last week, the Star Wars show on YouTube, they revealed what the new walkers look like, the AT-M6s. Do
Yeah.
you think that they'll actually make them more like that instead of Imperial walkers?
Well, did those? I mean, we only saw their frame, so we can only make much out of it. But do those look any different than your standard
they're the
AT-AT?
same, similar sort of basic shape. It's supposed to be bigger,
Okay,
but
so maybe we get an AT. Well,
an AT-M6.
did you just call it an Atom 6?
AT-M6, yeah.
Is that a thing, or did you just make that up?
It's an AT-M6.
I know, but did you just make calling it Atom 6?
I'm sure someone else has done this before now.
No, I think you should, because that works for me. I'm good with Atom 6.
Yeah, okay, yeah, AT-M6.
There's a bunch of Atom 6s in there, fresh baked.
Maybe, or maybe they will just keep them as AT-ATs, but
I don't know. We'll see. Let's go down the ways and see if we can't see what's going on with Millennium Falcon. As they say in the business, Ian, the Millennium Falcon building is really coming along nicely.
that is what they say in the business.
That was
What business are we talking about?
well, that's a phrase I learned following the Mice Chat or the Mice Age updates of Cars Land when they were.
Okay.
Every update, it was like, who was? I don't know if it was what's his name that was doing them or not. Who was doing the project tracking?
I don't know who did. I mean, Dateline Disneyland was always Andy Castro.
Well, yeah, I think it might have been
Andy
Andy.
Castro was Dateline Disneyland.
Whoever it was that was doing the Cars Land updates was fond of saying
You know, funny enough.
it's coming along nicely.
You know, funny enough, people still mistake his Twitter account for being an official Disney one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's happened more since he stopped doing the blog, which is weird.
Yeah.
So when he's
Well, Dateline Disney does sound like something.
right, whenever he's saying like, I'm gonna miss the electrical crane. He gets a bunch of replies being, yeah, shame on you for getting rid of it. It's like I didn't. That wasn't my. Okay, all right.
Oh, poor Andy. Oh my God, I thought I got grief. Okay, well, it is coming along nicely. It's robust now. That's a full-on. That was nothing not long ago, and now you could see the full size and scope of that. What do you call it? The spire.
Yeah, Mountain Spire Peak.
It's quite tall. 135 feet.
Oh, there was a video, wasn't there? I didn't remember that.
Was it just that piece though? Was 135 feet? Because no way is that. The full height of that thing would be much longer, wouldn't it? Much bigger?
I'm trying to guess. I think it's what's a foot? 135 of
That's 100. Yeah, that's only like 50 feet or 50 yards.
those. Yeah.
Anyway,
It's big. It's tall.
it's high.
It's definitely taller than Thunder.
We're not sure if it's taller than the
Matterhorn.
Matterhorn yet.
Like from this angle, it makes it look a little taller, but Matterhorn's further away from us, so that just could be a distance thing.
We need somebody to do a Pythagorean theorem draw it from the peak to us to the Matterhorn and then connect it. Do a Pythagorean theorem on that.
So you would need this image and Google Maps combined.
Yeah, I
you
think
need to make
so.
sure the scale is right.
Who knows?
It's possible. It's just
Because it looks taller. It looks taller here, but
yeah. But
it is further away.
Matterhorn's further away. So.
Still pretty impressive that peak is, as is the progress for the Millennium Falcon building. I was hoping, Ian, that we'd be able to see down the gut of these two buildings to see maybe some glimpse of some progress on the ground.
Oh no, the gap?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
The gap is closed.
The way
At least
it's shut.
visually.
The way it's shut.
The way
it was made by those who are dead. The dead keep
Wait, what
it.
is that from?
The way
That's
it's shut.
Lord of the Rings, right?
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. Okay,
And
I
they
did
go
it.
to
I did it.
Yeah. The army of the dead in the mountain.
Can we talk about that?
Sure.
Ian, I hate that scene.
Why?
Oh God, am I getting negative? Jeez, I can't do that.
you
I didn't
can-
like
you
the
can
fact that they were getting their asses kicked and would have gotten their asses kicked if it weren't for these ghosts.
Oh, so you don't like just because it's Deus Ex Machina?
I don't like Deus Ex Machina,
That's
no,
fine.
right?
So you don't like the scene of them coming in?
Why did none of whatever happened in the first two movies and up to that point is pointless? Completely pointless if you've got an army of ghosts that can kill anybody without dying.
But it's cool.
No, but do you see what I'm saying?
No, storytelling wise, yes, that's
Nothing that
that's a
they
trope
did
and
had
it's
any
absolutely.
made any difference. It's kind of like Raiders of the Lost Ark. You know that thing that what's her face said on Big Bang Theory. Oh,
I don't watch the show.
okay. So Big Bang Theory, Sheldon's girlfriend says the whole movie's pointless because no matter what they did,
They would have opened it and all died.
everything would have happened. Yeah, they did nothing to save the Ark. They did nothing. Nothing they did mattered.
Hey, but now it's where it belongs, in a museum.
Oh my God.
Well, actually, not in a museum. It's like in a government warehouse.
Just like you, Dr. Jones. Anyway, Not a fan of that scene in Lord of the Rings, but what are you going to do? I didn't make the movie. All right, so anything else we can see from over here, Liam? You can't actually, you know what? If you look, oh goodness, if you look down, it almost looks like you can see a little something inside the hangar there. Or is that just more cross-section steel?
There's this bush and plant
Dude,
that way.
They need to, these hedges need to be pruned, okay? We need to call the three amigos up here and prune the hedges. Anybody? Anyone? No? Okay. All right, yeah, but you can see that there's more steel work going up inside the hangar. Mm-hmm. And more netting.
Yes.
They're going to build another fence for the shrubbery.
But not this one. This is too big.
Not this shrubbery?
No, it's just be like here.
Has no layered effect either.
No.
We're gonna use that joke to death. All right, I guess that's it then, Ian. Do you see anything else besides the Mark Twain chugging along over there on the rivers of America?
Do I see the Mark Twain chugging?
I saw the smoke. I saw some smoke.
Well, where there's smoke, there's fire.
The Mark Twain's on fire?
Unless it was steam.
Oh. What's the difference?
Steam is evaporated water.
And what's fire?
You mean what's smoke?
Yeah, that too, but whatever. Okay, we have definitely left the rails, Fresh Baked. It's time for us to go. Ian, you're going back in the park?
Yeah.
All right, have fun. We'll see you next week, Fresh Baked. Bye.